Please be very open. Give us your honest opinions. Be very vocal. I want to bring the school board and county commission or county leaders together. That way we can have one smooth rolling wheel. Okay, and that way we can help the kids of this county. But this time I'll turn it over to Randall Bibb.
Thank you very much. Let me back up and start with the first question. What's going on in Hawkins County Schools that you're proud of? What's working? What do you think is good?
Graduation rate.
Graduation rate?
Went up.
It seems to be, it's moved up more than 1 year, hasn't it? Okay.
Dedicated staff.
Dedicated staff?
County had 2 elementary schools, I think it was Peters Bend and Mount Carmel, that scored really high, I guess, on the standardized tests. I think they would recognize that to state.
I think renovating our schools has been a big plus. Investing money in the facilities.
What else?
I think the big factor in school education is #1 priority. The thing I've noticed in the last few years is the concentration on safety for our children. It has to be. And I think the focus on that is a big plus for Hawkins County.
Yeah. But overall, I'm sorry, technology? You know, your technology director here has done a good job.
I think the dedication of our staff, I know someone spoke to that, but with all the different changes in education now, with Common Core being implemented and the push to bring our children to a higher level of education for the betterment of their future, I think we have our staff to thank for that.
Let me move to our second point, though. What are the challenges that you think the new director of schools is going to face? What are they going to have to deal with?
Funding.
Elaborate on that at all?
Well, everything costs more.
Yeah.
Down from the gasoline or the diesel that we use to transport, to the food cost, to, I guess, even the employment. It just costs more to live in today's society than it did at other times. And the school board has done, and the director have done a good job, in my estimation, of using what they have.
Okay.
Randall, one of the things I hear from teachers is I think it's a bit of frustration on the whole assessment of the teachers and the process that's been implemented. I hear both fear and also some frustration that they're being pushed so hard to push the students harder and faster and move along. They just don't have adequate time in the day to accomplish what's being put out there.
I think one of the challenges that any school system faces is working with local industry and business to know what their needs are. Whether it's in Hawkins County, working with people in Peters Bend, technology, whatever. I think that's one of the real challenges.
They would have to deal with the county commission. Being on the county commission, and some of the others, county commission meetings can be pretty tough, pretty brutal. You get the feeling that it's an us versus them battle, but we need to get away from the us versus them and be more a we community type thing.
Probably security would be a challenge too. Even though we got the SROs in some of the schools we don't. And I don't think that will be probably additional experience for the county and the school.
I think we need someone that can carry on the progress that's been made over the last few years. When we've got schools that have been recognized by the state as being the recognition that they've got, we didn't have that years ago.
Yeah.
And we've made tremendous progress in the last several years, and I think we need someone that can carry on that progress.
That kind of leads us into my third question. which is the type of personality traits that you'd like to see in that person. We kind of danced around some of those. Somebody who can keep things on a level keel and not get over emotional in a situation like that with, making a presentation to county commission. Somebody who can come in and take the progress that's been made and move forward with it. But what personality traits are important to you all?
You have to be flexible.
Flexible?
Yeah, because they deal with bus drivers, to custodians, to support staff, to the certified people, to parents, to students. So there's a wide range of situations that will pop up, and the superintendent or the director doesn't necessarily deal with every one of those, but it will impact them some way or other.
Integrity.
Integrity.
Yeah.
That's popped up at most every meeting.
Should the directors of schools have educational experience from principal, teaching, or superintendent standpoint, or from a budget standpoint? Now, when you're dealing with, what's the budget, $52 million. When you're dealing with a budget that large, shouldn't that be one of the major criteria that they can know how to crunch numbers and budgets and understand that?
Does a director need to be a strong educator, or does a director need to be a good business manager? And how do you get both? I'm not quite sure which one is the most important, but I am certain of this fact, is that being a good business manager is extremely vital if you're going to get the job done and get it done well. You've got a lot of support with financial officers and supervisors to do all the other things that you have to do. But when it comes to leading a group of 600 employees with $53 million budget, that's going to take a CEO-type person to manage that kind of responsibility. I'm not saying that we need a business manager more than we need an educator, though. I'm just saying that it is extremely important, and that'll be in the back of my mind as we're looking at all the candidates, and I'm sure as well as the board.
Communication, he's going to be able to deal with different
Good
types of
communication,
personalities. Be a good businessman.
I feel that education is very important in this job, because you've got a person that's going to lead the school system. The end product that you're seeking over here is the education of the child, the graduate. The classroom teacher is the most important person out there, and they're going to have a director that understands what they go through and what they put up with, and I wouldn't say put up with, what they deal with on a day-to-day basis.
So that they need a passion for children also.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that if it were not for the children, students, we wouldn't even have school.
Wouldn't need that.